making a double knit plushy soft unisex scarf using your 52 peg red long loom from the Gallery London. There are links in the video description. The yarn we will be using is Big Twist. It has a nice plushy soft feel to it, so I really like it. And let's see what this color is. It's just called gray, but you can see it has like the little flecks in it. It's what that's called. Give it just a nice little, I don't know, something a little different. The tools you're going to want for this pattern: a pair of scissors, your loom tool, a tapestry needle to weave in your ends is nice, and a crochet hook. Another thing I like to use is a straw. I've already cut it, but here's my kids like this super long bendy straw things. I don't want that end. Just going to use this part. What I'm doing is using this as what is called a yarn guide or a tensioner. Be nice to the turtles. I suggest using paper straws, and you can get them in super cute designs. They're a little thicker. I will actually take box tape and cover up the straw, just from your hand sweat or whatever. Keep it nice, but you can take and squeeze the end of the paper straw to give a nice edge to make it through the pegs real fast. You're gonna take and put this down through the straw. Some yarn is easier than others. If you're struggling with it, you can use a tapestry needle. If you have a tiny crochet hook, you can put it up through the straw and pull the yarn down. Or you can put it in the straw and suck it through. You're also going to you will want a piece of scrap yarn. It doesn't matter the color, you just want a contrasting color that will stand out. Now I'll show you what this is for later. What we are doing is called the rib stitch. Zoom this in a little more. Okay. So you're going to wrap behind the peg, you're going to go across. You'll have 3 empty on each end, but you're going to wrap 2, go across, wrap 2, go across, wrap 2, and your 3 empty on both sides. I'm going to just wrap that a couple times around there so it doesn't come undone. Grab your scrap piece of yarn, go ahead and push the stitches on the loom down. You're going to put that down through that side, pull your tail, put it down through this side, and pull the tail. We want that all on that middle. And then just tie a knot in your end. I should probably make sure I don't have the working yarn all twisted up in it. All right. You can tie this in a knot, tie it in a bow, whatever you want. What you just did is just held out that first row of stitches. We will be finishing that off and giving it a very nice edge at the end. Your working yarn is coming from this peg right here. The beginning row, the beginning stitch of each row, the stitch your working yarn is coming from, you skip. It gives you a nicer edge. And when you go back, you are following the exact same pattern. Knit 2 on the bottom, across, knit 2 on the top, across, knit 2 on the bottom. you're going to knit over each peg. I'm holding the working yarn and I'm going to knit over the peg the working yarn is coming from first. That's just to lock that in, and it saves me from taking the time to twist it around a peg. Your cast on is complete. Push all those down. For the entirety of this project, you are going to repeat what you just did. You're following, you can take this off. You're following that exact same stitch. When you look down through the loom, it will all line up. You wrap 2 on the bottom, wrap 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top, making sure it's the same one. Go ahead and work up the scarf as long as you would like for it to be. If you want it really long, you can work up the entire skein of yarn. To bind off, we will be doing a basic bind off, but first you want to take all the stitches from one side of the loom and put them on the other. For the basic bind off, you will E-wrap your first 2 pegs. It doesn't matter which side your working yarn is coming from. You E-wrap the first 2 pegs, knit the bottom loops over the top. There will be 2. You're going to move the second peg, put it on the first peg, knit over. Peg 1 to peg 2, you're filling in that gap. So now your peg 1 will have 1 stitch on it and the rest will have 2. So again, you want to E-wrap your first 2, knit over, stitch from peg 2 onto peg 1, knit over, and then fill in the empty spot. Work this all the way to the other end. Pull the working yarn, the tail, through the stitch on the loom, pop it off. There is your cast off edge, your bind off edge. Now we want to make the cast on and the bind off match. You want to work opposite end of that cast on tail. So you go all the way over here and you're going to see this string is holding some stitches out. So we're going to start right on that, get those first 2, take that second one through, then come up to the next one and pull it through. My crochet hook is a little small for this, but it's working. Got your last stitch left. Take that tail, pull it through, that locks that in. Now we can undo this. You can just pull that string right out. Here is your cast on edge and here is your bind off edge. They're not exact, but they're very similar. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Questions and comments, please leave them in the comment section below. You can email me directly, TheHypnoticHysteria, one word, @gmail.com. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Thank you.